Hello. Today's notes are on video because we've already learned it a little bit last week. And so we're doing absolute value. And remember, absolute value is always positive. So go ahead and in the top, fill in the blank, copy down what I have in the red. It says the absolute value of a number is its distance from 0 on a number line. And I even put a number line at the bottom. I don't think you're going to need it though. Okay. So if absolute value is always positive, you have the absolute value of 76, so that's just positive 76, and then the absolute value of negative 36, which is just positive 36. So then to compare them, it's super easy. You're comparing two positive numbers. So 76 is obviously greater than 36, so it goes this way. Remember, the alligator always eats the bigger number. On number 9, you have absolute value of negative 55, so think of it as a positive 55. And then you have the absolute value of 27. So think of it as a positive 27. So 55 and 27. The 55 is definitely bigger. 41 doesn't have an absolute value symbol around it. So it's just positive 41. And then you have the absolute value of negative 42.3, which is just positive 42.3. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so 41 and then 42.3. 42 is bigger than 41. On the bottom, you're ordering the numbers from least to greatest. No, I'm sorry, from greatest to least. My bad. So, hang on. Okay. So if you're ordering from greatest to least, think of them all as a positive number. So even though this is the absolute value of negative 14, think of it as positive 14 when you're ordering it. So from greatest to least, the biggest number on here is 21. So the absolute value of 21 is the greatest. Then you have the absolute value of negative 14 because it's thought of as a positive 14 when you're ordering. And then the absolute value of negative 8, and then the absolute value of 3. Remember, absolute value is a number's distance from 0 on a number line, and distance is always positive, which is why absolute value is always positive. So then on this one, number 12, you have, think of them all as positive. So you have 99, 0, 62, and then 98.05. So the largest number would be the absolute value of 99. Then it would be absolute value of 98.05. And then your options left are absolute value 0 and absolute value of negative 62. So since they're all positive, when thought of as absolute value, it's the negative 62 next, and then 0. Okay, last one. Oops. You have 64, 65, 67, and 6. Absolute value is always positive, so negative 67 comes first. That's the greatest. Then we have 65, 64, and 6. So the next biggest is 65. Absolute value of negative 65. Then 64. And then the last one is the absolute value of 6. Okay, so this is super easy stuff. You just have to make sure you're thinking of them all as positive. You probably didn't need to use the number line, but it's there if you did need it. So go ahead and when you get done with all of this and your notes look just the same as mine do, glue it into your notebook and then go ahead and start on the next activity.